Merhaba sevgili futbol severler. Bugün çok özel bir konuğumuz var. Galatasaray'ın efsane isimlerinden bir tanesi. Bu forma altında gol krallığı yaşamış bir isim. Bafetimbi Gomis derbi öncesinde özel konuğumuz. Hello Bafe, it's a real pleasure for us to host you in our interview today. How are you? How has life been treating you lately?
Hello, everyone. It's always pleasure to talk about football, about Turkish football, and thank you for the invitation. It's a real pleasure also to talk about the Turkish football.
Thank you for accepting our interview. Of course, it's really nice to see you around in the interviews and talking about Turkish football. So I want to start with this. Do you get the chance to watch Galatasaray's matches? Do you follow the team, the league?
Yes, Turkish football. When you enter to this family, you you you fall in love with the atmosphere, especially my relation with Galatasaray is very special. That's why sometimes I travel. I went to Istanbul to watch them, and then I have planned also to be part of the Monaco game. I have to host them when they arrive to France.
Oh, it's nice news. I think they will be very happy to be hosted by you because everyone in Galatasaray, fans, the team,
Mhm,
the
mhm.
Galatasaray community love you so much, and that's why I think it's great news. So, how do you find the team's performance so far this year? Then,
Yeah, it's always tough to play for Galatasaray. It's a huge club with big history. It's never easy, especially this year. They buy many new players and they can have the difficult time to rebuild the new energy. They have to know each other, but they're doing very well because they're still top in the league. They make a very good performance in Champions League. Uh, Everything is open. I think Galatasaray going well since now 3 years. They have champions 3 years in a row. Of course, we have huge fans. They want always more, but for Galatasaray to be succeed again in Europe, it takes time.
yes, you also mentioned Galatasaray have won the title 3 seasons in a row and have been
Mhm,
incredibly consistent over the last 3 seasons under Okan Buruk. And also
mhm.
expectations from him are really high this season as well. So, from your perspective, what has Okan Buruk changed the most in Galatasaray's identity since taking charge, and how far do you think can Galatasaray go in Champions League this season?
I think the high level, the Champions League, is something we have to be patient. But Galatasaray have the team, have the right coach for to be in the quarter-final, semi-final. This level is some details. We see Galatasaray always when they learn in Champions League after the first game in Frankfurt, we can see the improvement of the team, and they make a very good performance. Now I think Galatasaray can win against Monaco. I will go there to support them. And then I trust Okan because he have experience. Of course, as I learned in Turkey, the people that are very emotional, and it's very tough to be coach of this club because after bad result, many comment he will come, but Okan is a strong guy. He's the son of Galatasaray, and he take Galatasaray in 3 years ago, and I was part of the team. I can
Yes.
tell you how the team, how Galatasaray brand improve with him and his staff and Dursun Özbek.
What do you think is the biggest difference since you left the team? What has Okan Buruk changed in the team the most when you compare to your time?
When Okan arrived, he was one team need a lot of transfer, and then he start to build the team, but also he start to build the the spirit. You know, before was a lot of players that didn't know how Galatasaray is a big club, and then Okan, with his past, his story in Galatasaray, start to bring important players like a Mertens, like a Torreira, who is part to the project, experienced players, and then now, you know, I never even in the big dream to have one players or to realize one transfer like Osimhen.
Yeah.
And when Galatasaray show this is also good for the brand of Galatasaray, because the coach and the president and the vice president make very well transfer for the performance on the pitch, also for the brand of Galatasaray. After this transfer, all world know Galatasaray is one of biggest club in Europe.
Okay, then let's talk about the derby then, and also the part that you have mentioned. There are so many important players, stars in the squad right now, such as Osimhen, such as İlkay Gündoğan, Leroy Sané, Icardi, and many more. And who do you think has the biggest impact on team right now?
You know, when you fit the team, you know, as a striker, Osimhen and Icardi have the very big part, but a big team have also the left back, Jacobs, Torreira. They have every players have the real part to play, and this is the team. In Turkey, sometimes we can fit big team with big players, but they are not team.
Yeah.
They have individual talent, and now is the most important part of Okan to make this talent and individual talent to serve the team and Galatasaray community, and to achieve a good result together. And this is the, if you can see the success of the story of Galatasaray, who as a player, as Okan, there was not very big start,
Yeah.
but many talent to serve and to be proud to play for Galatasaray and achieve the dream of millions of people. And this is what Okan try to do every day. I talk with him, and he start his journey at 7, 8 o'clock and finish sometimes night lately 10, and sometimes he have to sleep in the facility for to make happy Galatasaray and to achieve the many dream of fans.
Yes, he put so much effort on the team. We can see that. And also the spirit that you mentioned, I think, is Galatasaray's biggest asset. And when you look at today's Galatasaray and Fenerbahçe squads, what elements do you think will make the real difference on Derby? Physical strength, individual quality, or mental fortitude?
For Galatasaray, the experience. The experience, because Galatasaray have a big history in Champions League with this group. They have a lot of common game, because Okan built this team in 3 years, and they know each other. I cannot, you know, the captain Apo now is here part of 3 years, and he will help because he have experience for this kind of game. The derby is very special. And then I think when you have the chance to have Icardi, Osimhen in the same team, you know, Osimhen can be in difficult day. When the substitute is Icardi, you will say, yeah, this is a very big team. But for Fenerbahçe, we have to respect also Fenerbahçe, because it's a huge club. Recently, they changed the president. I didn't say Ali Koch is a bad president. He's a very big guys. He have all my respect. But you know, when you change the coach, when you change the president, the new energy come, and the fans start to believe. And then I know Kadika, you will be very tough stadium to come back to Kemerburgaz with the 3 point. It will be tough game, and also Fenerbahçe have a very big club and big team with a lot of talent.
You mentioned the Kadıköy atmosphere, and the Kadıköy atmosphere actually has a reputation for its incredible atmosphere. You have experienced this before, I know, and that's why I want to ask you, how does this atmosphere reflect on the players mentally and also physically?
Yeah, it's not especially Kadika. It's the Turkish football. Turkish football Turkey is a country of football, and I have a lot of experience in this league. I remember when I play, for example, in Bursa or Trabzon, was a very great atmosphere.
Yes.
But the Derby is the biggest club, the biggest game of Turkey. All world, it will stop, not only Istanbul, to watch this game, and especially the atmosphere around. Because I talk with a lot of players during my football journey, and then they're always talking, how is Derby, Galatasaray, Fenerbahçe, and this is it will be have a big impact of the players, and sometimes we can see the atmosphere is the very high level, but the players, they have too much stress and then cannot play the level they have normally.
Yes, but now the situation is a little bit different because Galatasaray is leader, Fenerbahçe is in the second place. The difference is only 1 point, so you know the
Yeah.
effect of this derby is going to be huge. I mean, the result of this derby, and also there are many missing players in the squad in Galatasaray before this game. Buffet, how do you think this will affect the derby? Because especially on the left back, Galatasaray has Kazımcan. On the right back, especially, it seems to have a problem. What do you think this will affect?
You
How do you
know,
think this will affect the team?
the best way to win one derby is to play with the heart. It's not the name. It's not the name. It's the team you will want more to win this derby. And it doesn't matter the name. Galatasaray, especially Okan, is one coach. He trusts every players. When he didn't trust anymore one players, the players, believe me, he will not be part of the squad. Okan is one coach, always saying the beginning of the season, I trust everyone. Everyone here in changing room is very important for the squad. We will never win one titles with 11 players. And then he showed that the players like Barish come from the bottom and became the most important players of
Yes.
Galatasaray. Yunus was in difficult case in Leicester,
Yeah.
and he come back for to become the most important. It was part of his development. He just have to be patient and trust of Okan, and now Okan give him the confidence. And I'm so proud when I see him in captain. It's different players, Kazija, but I believe Okan trust him, and then if he make a great performance, he will continue to be part of the group, and he will be champions, and he will play maybe against Monaco, and this is the quality of Okan.
If you could give one piece of advice to the Galatasaray players who will be making their debut in such a big derby, what would it be?
Mhm. Yeah, to play as a Galatasaray players with the heart to make proud the fans. It's a difficult game, but we built a great spirit. I was happy to be part of the first years of Okan. I can see how he prepared very well the game, how he make very big impact the beginning of his journey because he want the players have the good spirit for to play for Galatasaray, to be always proud to to play for this huge club, and the relation with the fans. We can see. I remember when I come back to Galatasaray after 3 years in Saudi Arabia, the relation with the fans was very difficult. Uh, it was difficult season, and Okan come and create a very good relation with the fans, and the fans was always follow the team and trust about to achieve many success, and this happened. And Okan was the coach uh, who win very easily in Kadikoy. I think was
Yes.
3-0. He have experience of this kind of game. I trust him. Now they play Champions League. The team will be also tired, but this derby, like I say, you have to play with the heart.
Yes, when Okan Buruk took charge of the team was on 13th place. So he made a
Yeah.
huge difference. That's for real. And as someone who has been a top scorer in this league before, Buffet, how do you evaluate the forwards' performances in both teams? Because the both teams has really important players.
Yeah, you know, I want to talk about because we know already Osimhen and Icardi. There
Yeah.
was big players in Europe, but you know, Fenerbahçe is a big club. And then I always see when I was kids the big players also for Galatasaray, but also for Fenerbahçe, Alex, Mamadou Niang, Moussa Sow. Uh, they have always a big club, and this league need always the competition between Galatasaray and Fenerbahce, and that's why for me it will be tough game, and they have big players, huge talent in the squad. Not only the striker, Fenerbahce have skillful players, and maybe this game. Uh, the striker will not score. It will be maybe Barish, it will be maybe Sane or Torreira. And for Fenerbahce also, it can be set pieces. You know, this kind of game is very important to care about all details. Maybe it will be a close game, and the goals it will come from set pieces. And that's why you need to have a very good, important concentration and to start the game very well.
But I need to ask, who do you think will be the biggest threat from Fenerbahçe's side to Galatasaray?
The new energy, because you know the fans, the Fenerbahce community have new energy since they change the new president, and this it will be the threat of Fenerbahce, because they will say we change, and then now we can look in the eyes Galatasaray, and then looking forward to win the first titles after many years.
Buffet, when you think back to your time at Galatasaray, what is the first memory and the best memory that comes to your mind and still gives you goosebumps?
My first goals, because it was a crazy atmosphere, and then I was in difficult moment during the preseason. I take time to reach my level, but after the first game, I scored this goal, and the penalty in Godzepe who make us champions, because it was one of the biggest moment of my career to become champions with Galatasaray, because the love I receive from Galatasaray and Turkey was amazing. I was very happy to live there as a Turkish citizen, and also to be proud to play for this club.
If you could give one piece of advice to Galatasaray players before such a big derby, such a super derby, what would it be?
To play like a lion, to play like a lion, and then to go there with full confidence because we trust them, and then I know they will not disappoint and we'll reach again this league. We go there as a leader and to play there as a leader. I trust the all players, and then I know the staff will find the the best way to play and to go back in Camerburgas with the 3 point and to make happy the million of fans.
Okay. Now you are managing a team and you have one player to pick from Galatasaray and from Fenerbahçe. Who would those two players be? I really wonder.
Uh, for Fenerbahçe, they have a huge talent. Uh, I will take the. I have always difficult to pick up to say his name, but the striker from Morocco, I really like him.
En-Nesyri?
Is NS3, yeah, he's very good players for the cross. He scored a lot of goals, but he was always difficult time for him in Fenerbahçe. I like, and for Galatasaray, I have a lot of talent also, but I will take Osimhen because he's someone calm and
He's a game
even
changer, right?
sometimes, yeah, even sometimes if he don't score, the way he play, the way he press the defense, he can fix the defense with to play alone and fix four defender. And for me, is the one of the biggest striker in the world, and we are very lucky to have him in Galatasaray.
And lastly, you have always had a special bond with Galatasaray fans, and you also mentioned this in this interview as well. Before this derby, what is your message to Galatasaray fans?
Yeah, to continue to support this amazing club, to trust Okan because he's someone, like I say, work very hard for to achieve the success of Galatasaray and to be as a unite family. And since the beginning of the game, because Galatasaray, we start the derby when I was there in the Floria, when the bus take the way to go to Kadıköy, you can see all Galatasaray community there and to follow the bus until we arrive to Kadıköy to achieve what we have to achieve. And this is Galatasaray fans. Then thank you so much for what you did for us as a players. You have the biggest fan in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Bafe, for this nice interview. I think your message will arrive to the fans in very short time. Thank you for accepting our request.
It was pleasure, and thank you so much. And yeah, I hope we will see a great game for Turkish football.
Yes, this is what we all hope. Evet sevgili izleyiciler, Bafetimbi Gomis bu röportajda özel konuğumuzdu. Derbiye ilişkin sorularımızı yanıtladı. Böylece bir röportajın daha sonuna geliyoruz. Dev derbi öncesinde yayınlarımız ve özel röportajlarımız devam edecek. Bizden ayrılmayın.